So Tyreek Hill, wide receiver of the Miami Dolphins, arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL, got arrested before he had to compete in an NFL game. The body cam footage is out, so I'm going to show you guys that, and then we'll talk about it throughout the video. We'll just see what happens.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Like what? Why do you have it up? Hey, keep your window down. Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me your ass, Mom. Get out of the car. Give me your ass. We'll break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of violence do you understand?
Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin.
When we tell you to do something, you do it.
I'm not gonna act like I know a lot, but just based off what I see, this is what I think happened. Tyreek Hill got pulled over. He did give the license. We do see that. Tyreek Hill rolled up his window. When you don't roll up your window at a traffic stop, that's a big no-no. The police officers wanted him to roll down the window, which that did not happen within time because they did ask several times. So then they said, get out of the car. When he opened up the door, it looks like he was about to get out of the car, but then he was just violently pulled out of the car and then put to the ground. And now this officer has his knee on his back, which is holding down maybe one of his arms while he grabs the other arm to like officially cuff him or whatever. But they have two other officers there, so there's no need to apply a knee to somebody's back. But it seems like they have three officers there, so the officer wouldn't have to use his knee on Tyreek Hill's back. I mean, it's a small detail. I mean, they just need to cuff him and then boom, problem's over. They're gonna give him a citation, arrest him, take him to jail, whatever. But this does continue, so let's continue this.
You understand?
I'm getting out,
you understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're a little
out.
Fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill,
Too late.
All right, bro. Take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro.
We are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey, Drew, hey.
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
Bro, y'all.
Don't move.
Good. Bro, you beating on my window like you crazy.
Just set him up.
Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, bro, dude beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing, twin.
Okay, two things to point out here. One, the officer who was yelling at him in the beginning of that clip, I don't know what's wrong with him. He's definitely the officer at fault for all of this. Definitely not professional, should not be an officer if he's going to be treating any person that he's arresting like that. But second, Tyreek Hill says that they were beating on his window. There's no proof that they were beating on his window. They were tapping on his window, and then yes, the officer did like rush up to the window at one point, but they weren't beating on his window. So again, maybe a fault on both parties there, but this is where the one officer who really was yelling at him, this is where the fault really comes in.
Hey, don't park there. Don't park there.
Hey. Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I just had surgery in your ears when we go there with your window down.
Chill, bro. Hey, Joe New, bro.
Back up.
Hey, call Drew. Hey, call Drew, bro. Call Drew. Hey, call Drew, bro.
Yeah, the officer goes and puts his arm around Tyreek Hill and forces him to the ground when he is saying that he had knee surgery recently and he has to be careful going down. Now, Tyreek Hill's about to go play in a game where he's going to be using his legs to run up and down the field like crazy. So again, I don't know if he actually had knee surgery. He probably did. But still, the officer then afterwards ends up like stomping his way over to the other people who are coming up. I'm assuming to help Tyreek or figure out what's going on. on. He then marches over there and starts yelling at him that he needs to go and they can't park there in front of Tyreek Hill's car. And yeah, that's really where the fault happens, you know, just forcing an individual to the ground. He's telling people to wait for a second and probably trying to explain that he just had surgery on his knee. And then this is where the whole conversation goes into play. Like, do police officers have those orders and can they enforce those orders with, you know, physical actions to an individual? Can they like force somebody to the ground, or should they like give the benefit of the doubt and just like, you know, warn a couple times, be a little nicer, be a little lenient? It all sort of depends. It looks like there's a lot of traffic and some of the officers can be in high stress situations, but it does look like the one officer who did force Tyreek to the ground, he's the same one that was yelling at him and cursing at him earlier. Seems like he does have a little bit of a power trip. Like, this is his traffic stop, you gotta listen to him. If you don't listen to him, he's going to make you listen, and it's just really unprofessional from the police officer. Do not agree with that at all. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, maybe Tyreek Hill's a little nervous. If he explained things a little bit better to the officers, like, hey, I just had knee surgery, can you let me down slowly? Maybe that could have avoided certain things. But again, the officer should not be acting like this in the first place. And I'm mainly talking about the one, because it seems like the one who wanted him to roll down the window, the one knocking, this officer really didn't do much besides just hold Tyreek Hill up when he was standing. And it seems like he was the one with the license in the first place anyways. And it's this other officer who was yelling and cursing and then putting his arm around his neck and pushing him down. This is the officer that's been acting really unprofessional in this entire matter.
Hey, call Drew, bro. Just call Drew. Hey. What am I doing that's wrong?
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen. Hey, man, they got Tyreek. The cops over here beating on him, man. They over here beating on Tyreek,
Listen, big man, don't park there, man. Just get in
Hey,
the
yo,
car.
hey, Drew, you gotta come, man.
Just get in the car.
Straight up the side, on the side of the,
Hey, get in the car. You're parked in the middle of the street.
I'm in the car.
You gotta go before you get a ticket.
Hey, you're in the car.
Who's the driver?
This is my car.
All right, move.
I'll take that.
You gotta move right now.
Coming, man.
Let me have your license. You're gonna have to ticket too.
I'm coming.
Let me have your license. You're gonna have to ticket. Let me have your license.
I'm leaving.
I'm not playing. Let me have your
I'm
license.
leaving. Yo, what's
Your
going
license
on?
right now.
So what's going on,
Your license
man?
right now.
Two things right here. One, the guy who's on the phone saying, hey, they're beating on Tyreek. They're not beating on Tyreek. Are they being a bit physical with Tyreek? Yes, but they're not beating him up. It ain't like he ain't gonna be able to go to game day. He'll be able to go to game day, and he actually did. He actually had a pretty good game against Jacksonville Jaguars. The second thing to point out, the body cam footage of the officer that we're watching, he seems to be really nice. He went up and said, hey, you gotta move, you gotta get in the car, you know, you need to go. While this other officer who walks up, I don't think he's the same officer who was being like really physical with Tyreek. He's coming up saying, I need your license right now, you're not moving, come on, give me your license. And he continues to sit here and, I don't want to say threaten, but he does end up like threatening the guy right here, saying that he's gonna take him to jail. And eventually he probably had to get his license, and he was involved in this whole thing too. But let me roll the clip and show you that.
You're not gonna give me your license?
Get in the car and leave.
You're not gonna give me your license?
I'm leaving.
Let me have your license. Your license right now.
Sir, you want me to
Hey,
leave?
your license right now.
I'm leaving.
Or I'm gonna lock you up.
just told
Your
me to
license
leave.
right now.
He just told me to
Your
leave.
license right now.
Sir,
You're dealing with me now.
Sir.
Your license right now.
So I'm assuming this guy eventually did give his license, but it was after threatening to be taken to jail for not giving his license. This is probably not a place to park or whatever. But again, it seems like the cops were really like tired, stressed. It was a hot day. They just didn't want to deal with stuff, and their patience was really, really low. Still, I feel like there was a lack of professionalism between the cops and the individuals here. And I feel like maybe the individuals didn't handle it best, especially Tyreek. He shouldn't have rolled up his window. Again, it's a safety thing for officers. They need to be able to see the guy who's in the car. Tyreek Hill apparently was driving a little recklessly and he didn't have a seatbelt on, so he is going to get a ticket or whatever if he hasn't already. But again, I don't know if this is all going to get thrown out just because one of the officers wanted to act really unprofessional, put his arm around his neck, force him to the ground, and also talk to him very unprofessionally, cursing and just having a back and forth banter with Tyreek. I know the audit sometimes covers these body cam footage of like police interactions. I don't know if he'll eventually end up giving a grade, but I feel like the officers probably won't get that good of a grade here. But I can see Tyreek Hill not getting that good of a grade either for, again, rolling up his window when you probably shouldn't do that when officers have you at a traffic stop. But again, at the end of the day, I think that the officers had more faults on them than any other individual in this situation. Some Some of the officers here actually I thought did an okay job, like the body cam footage that we're watching. I don't feel like he, you know, had that many problems there. It's just some of the other officers who maybe did go on a little bit of a power trip, or they just didn't have a lot of patience that day. Some people were saying maybe they were jealous of like Tyreek Hill and his car, his celebrity status, his fame as an NFL football player, you know, one of the more famous ones. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think the officers are mostly at fault here like I do? And is there any other information that I'm not covering in this video that pertains to this? Like, did something happen to the officers here or not? I should look up if, you know, the police department ended up like giving, you know, paid time off or no paid time off, or suspended one of these officers for this interaction. But let me know all that down in the comments below, and let me know what you guys think about all of this. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all next time. Peace.